gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
It looks like we have to start that whole thing over.
Yeah, let's go again. Let's go from the top, Clayton.
You can intro.
In hopes.
Yeah, let's go from the intro.
As in re. So scrap that one.
Compass points you anywhere.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
Sending me messages. The audio's off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier, Hendricks, and of course my co-host, Mr. Paris and Mr. Clayton. We're having a technical challenge today. We're not sure if the audio is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, I can hear it on the stream. So we should be good. Is it there?
Yeah,
we can't hear you, Clayton.
We good.
We can't hear you and we
We
can't hear
good.
ourselves.
We good.
But it's fine if the people can hear it, but then we won't be able to hear you though. So if you can at least just fix you, then we can hear you. Because we can hear each other, we're in here. But let's get into it anyways. Guys, please tell us in the comment section if the audio is indeed clear. Because just drop in the comment section. I started getting some messages. Well, one message from a viewer saying that the audio is off. Broski, if you could just give me a heads up if the audio is fine. And then of course we can.
The audio's fine. We in.
Bro, just re-thingy those pushers, please, bro.
Bro, we had a big weekend, bro. You want to jump straight into it?
Now, we did have a big weekend.
It was a big weekend, bro.
But I just want to make sure that we're good to rumble. Clayton, are we good there on your side, bro?
Okay.
Before we get into it, I'm not sure if Clayton's mic is gonna be up for the challenge today. But now let's get into it. So yeah, we had a big weekend, Jay.
Massive weekend, bro, in the sporting industry as well as music, bro. A lot of drops, bro. But let's start off on a positive note, of course. As we know, the Springboks, bro, blitzed Italy 45-0, bro. 45-0 this past weekend, despite being down to 14 men. So there was a red card by Jasper early on in the match. I don't know if you watched the
I didn't
the
actually
match.
watch it, bro. No.
Bro, most of the guys weren't even on. I know Siya Kolisi suffering with a injury. Chezen Kobe wasn't on. Faf wasn't on. Most of the guys weren't on, bro. But what an emphatic win over Italy, 45-0, bro. I think that's big props and big
Look,
applause too.
That's a big hiding, my friend. 45, no. That's a bit hectic.
And a man down. And your bro, we have a good team. So I don't even want to say your A team isn't in, because overall, bro, I think we have a very good team to compete for the next decade,
For a
2
while
decades, and even beyond that, bro. So
But I think we at that stage now where we kind of like is it too good to be true? When is this run gonna end? Like, you know, I don't know if
And
you
the sad
feel the same.
reality
You're
is
like,
runs
yo, is
do
this run?
end.
This run. I mean, it can't last forever.
Yeah, runs do
It
end.
genuinely cannot last forever. But at some point, you start thinking, yo, am I doing something? What? When are we gonna get this thing wrong? Because we can't surely be right the whole time, bro. Every time we play, we win. That's a little bit. That's a little bit too good to be true to my liking.
I think we'll check with the next World Cup, bro. I think the next World Cup we'll be able to see. I don't know if we are going to win the next World Cup, but let's hope. I think we stand a good chance, though.
We obviously stand a chance. We at the moment we're the best team in the world, but you know runs, bro. Runs are runs. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But yo, we've been winning
Big
like
facts.
back to back.
Now, speaking about runs, bro, the FIFA Club World Cup, Chelsea crowned champions with a stunning 3-0 victory over PSG, bro. And that basically, at the MetLife Stadium, that basically speaks of runs because PSG was on this proper trajectory of just winning, basically just thrashing all these teams from Liverpool to Real Madrid. I think they beat Real Madrid in the semis of the Club World Cup 4-0. They won the Champions League. They beat Inter in the Champions League. So they've been on a massive run. And last night they thought they were going to take Chelsea to the cleaners. But Chelsea stepped up, surprisingly. Are we good, bro?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Chelsea stepped up surprisingly with a 3-0 victory over PSG. And yeah, I even saw the president of the USA was there as well.
Serious.
He was, yeah,
Trump.
Trump was there at the game last night. At the game, but it's weird, bro. How they maneuvering the football sport, especially in America, bro. Because I saw that iconic ring announcer from boxing was there at the football last night, and for me, it's just a little bit corny, bro. So he was basically introducing the teams, but it's like, nah, man. There's certain things like, don't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
you
nah,
know
man,
what's
it just
you know what's
sound-
happening.
The players run out apologies. The players run out even one by one. Introducing Cole Palmer. It's like, yo, man, can we just watch the football? I think the sets are back
I
up.
can hear you
Can
now,
we
yeah.
just watch the football? That's what's most important because now there's even ad breaks, bro. Just before the game. There's ad breaks, and soon they'll probably. No, I don't think they'll push it to that, but ad breaks within the game. If you really want to advertise something of great stature or magnitude,
I think it's gonna become like they're
But-
trying to make it. They probably sold something to the Americans again, and you know everything with them is marketing. So they probably gonna end up making it like the Super Bowl, to where there's a halftime show.
bro, there was a halftime show last night as well, bro.
You see.
There was a halftime show.
You see, because the thing is this, bruh, football as it relates to soccer that we know, right, is a million times bigger than American football, right?
Far,
It's
by
a million
far, bro.
times bigger, and the reason it's bigger is because there's all the countries. Well, not all the countries, but a lot of the countries in the world participate in it. Then when you look at American football, it's basically they versing each other. It's like a PSL, right? They verse each other. It's like a Premier League that happens only with the British teams or the European teams, as opposed to when it comes to like the World Cup is a whole entire thing. It's an actual, you know what I mean, bro? It's like countries from around the world, different countries, and so when it comes to Americans, they were excluded from the rest of the world for a long time. Not because the world is excluding them, but they've excluded themselves. They had this thing of like,
They started
what
with
we
certain
do is
agendas
better,
and so
and yeah,
on, bro.
we have this and we have that. So they have the basketball world championship, but they play like each other there in America. So how is it a world thing, bro? If
But
there's
the
like
sad
not
thing
other
is
countries.
next year's the World Cup, bro, in America, and I think this Club World Cup is basically like a trial run for how the setup next year is gonna be.
So America is at the point where they're trying to participate in what's going on in the world, because I feel like that's what I'm saying. NFL is like an American thing. The NBA is an American thing. It's like all American things. It has nothing to do with the rest of it. Like the rest of the world doesn't necessarily watch basketball and American football. But then when it comes to rugby and soccer, it's like other countries in the world participate. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you have the Rugby World Cup, it's actually countries from around the world participating in the World Cup, excluding America. Then when you have the Soccer World Cup, they tried the last time, but they didn't really get very far. But it's like, so that's kind of the thing. So they're probably now trying to wiggle their way into the space because the World Cup's going to be there. And of course, we know behind the scenes there's a lot of manipulation and stuff that goes on. That's probably how they end up getting it. You thinking, ladies and gentlemen, where he pulls out that card, it's like,
that's
these,
cap.
these gents
That's
negotiated
cap.
behind the scenes. They're
That's
nothing to
cap.
do with
They know
voting
exactly
and stuff.
what's happening, because obviously they know the World Cup that's going to take place in 2030 and beyond that already. People know these things.
I see.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the World Cup runs next year in the music space. Before we move on, bro,
Wait, before we get to the music space,
Clayton?
there was no. Clayton, are you there, bro? Is your mic on?
I'm
yeah,
here.
it is.
Okay.
I'm here.
Bro, just playing catch up, Springboks, Club World Cup.
Thoughts?
My bro, I by the way, like, if you look at how PSG played, they did not look like all of their previous games because they were dominating in all of their other games. Chelsea was like, it was high elevation, no. It was like, yo. I was
Yeah.
watching it, I'm like, nah, man, what's happening here? Am I watching the same team that was playing this whole time?
Nah, but that's largely so much credit goes to Chelsea though, bro. Because
Yeah.
of that, Chelsea thought, or PSG actually went into that game underestimating Chelsea,
yeah.
thinking, yo, we just beat Real Madrid. We could, yeah, who's Chelsea? Gonna thrash. So don't do that, bro. Don't ever underestimate.
You can't underestimate anyone, bro.
But
Regardless,
also, like,
even the underdog. You think,
But Chelsea was also playing clean, my bro.
Bro,
It was a clean
they
sheet for them.
played proper football.
Clean.
So yeah, in other sports there was no Formula One. There's in fact in Formula One news, there is some big shifts also. It seems like Max Verstappen, that was riding for Red Bull, is the, I think, 3-time world champion at the moment. He's now moving to Mercedes Benz. That's the room,
Okay.
like they call it, the rumor mill. People are talking behind the scenes to say that Max looks like he's moving to Mercedes Benz. And then Christian Horner, he gave Max Verstappen all his W's when he was with Red Bull, and they fired him last week. So he's completely out of Red Bull now. But now they're saying that he's gonna go to Ferrari. So now look at the irony, right? It was Max versus Hamilton, right? Head-to-head championships, that big controversy that happened, right? Now Hamilton is by Ferrari, and Christian Horner, that was at Red Bull, is now coming to Ferrari, and Max Verstappen, that was at Red Bull, is now going to Mercedes. So they like switched, they like crossed over the previous Mercedes drivers at Ferrari, and the previous Ferrari and the previous Red Bull driver is now at Mercedes, and they were the ones that were like going head to head all the time. It's like saying Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and now Messi is playing for Real Madrid and Ronaldo is playing for Barcelona. It's like,
Yeah, no,
it's like they swapped around.
Luis Figo was like, I think he played for Barcelona and Madrid. I'm actually thinking of names that.
Like, you see what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
But I mean, like,
100%.
at that point where it was
Where's
Messi
the-
versus Ronaldo, and Messi was known to be Barcelona, and Ronaldo was Madrid. And then they switch over. It's like, oh, gents, what's going on now? So that's what's happening. So Hamilton is switched over to Ferrari.
Is the
Max
essence
is-
like that though?
Yes, it's
The
the same,
essence
bro.
in the in the air.
Yes, bro. It's
That's
like
the
that.
feel.
It's
Like,
that-
yo,
it's-
what the?
It's like that. People
Okay.
are like, yo, explain. And now Christian Horner was the guy that won against Lewis Hamilton when he was at Red Bull. So they were like, this guy, we're going to show him. Oh, there was like animosity. Now Christian Horner's moving to Ferrari. Now it's going to be him and Hamilton have to be now. They like now, like coach and player now. So it's like a crossover. And then Toto Wolff, the guy that's at Mercedes, is now Max Verstappen's going to be with him. So it's like a switch over. It's like now Christian Horner knows all Verstappen's like secrets, and Toto
Bro, that's
Wolff
what
knows
happened
all-
also with Pep Linders, bro, that was playing under Jurgen Klopp. He was our assistant manager for Liverpool. And there's always been this rivalry for the past like half a decade between Liverpool and Manchester City. Not United, Manchester City. And now,
now if he goes there-
our vice coach, or our assistant coach rather, Pep Linders, is at Manchester City now under Pep Guardiola.
So you see, that's
And
basically
bro,
what's
he
happening.
wrote a book on the Liverpool intensity.
So that's
On the
what
Liverpool
now
intensity,
that's what's
how
happening.
we got to where we at now. How the heck is this guy on on the bench of Pep Guardiola now.
So now
And
that's
it
what's
was-
happening in Formula One, exactly that. It's like how they're switching over because now he knows all the secrets of how this gent won 3 times and this gent knows how it felt when this gent lost in that big controversy that happened. It's like, yo, what's gonna happen now? But I think they're doing it on purpose to create that, like, oh, yo, did you see, brother? This man's going
Which is
there.
needed. It's needed in
It's
in
becoming
in
like
sport, bro.
wrestling now,
It's
bro.
needed.
Remember how wrestling was? You're like, yo! Meanwhile, it's like scripted. So that's how it is
Which a
now,
lot
bro.
of things now are scripted.
It's
bro.
like that, bro. So that's what's happening in Formula One. So the new race now, Hamilton almost took podium last week. We know that. So we are hoping for a podium this week coming. We'll see how it goes, bro. They're racing this week, and if he gets a podium, even in Formula One now, America's trying to squeeze themselves in there. It's also a world thing. There's gents driving from all around the world, different countries, and America was never involved, but now. They got some guys ride. Remember they used to ride NASCAR.
Yeah.
And they thought NASCAR was so quiet. But again, it was just an American thing. No one else in the world cares about NASCAR. But but now when they realize, yo, people care about soccer, rugby, Formula One. Now they're trying to wiggle their way into those sports. When in the whole time they were having their own sports there on their own, you know.
Thinking that we're gonna hop onto
Bro,
their wave, bro.
No one hopped onto that wave, bro.
Bro, speaking about music, there's been a lot of things happening, and I'm sure Clayton knows this as well, bro. In the music
I
field,
know what you're gonna talk
our
about.
dear brother,
Our beloved brother
yeah,
dropped this last week.
Justin dropped on Friday, bro. Swag, Burna Boy dropped on Friday, bro. Drake dropped on Friday, bro. Just a lot, bro. Giveon dropped, Clips and Pusha T dropped.
Who's Giveon, bro?
I don't know how do
He's
I explain?
he's a
who-
singer. Singer.
Gideon.
That's his name.
Yeah, either Giveon or Giveon.
No, it's Giveon.
Giveon.
Yeah.
But all his music
It's
sounds
actually given.
Given. Come on now. But all his music sounds the same, even in that beloved project of his.
Did you
that
listen
he
to
dropped.
Beaver's project, bro?
I did, bro.
And thought.
I think it's a dope project, bro. It's a dope project. There's a lot of infusion of the 80s, the 90s, as well as a little bit of MJ as well in the feel.
21 tracks, no?
Yeah, quite a bit of tracks on there. 21 tracks, bro. So there's a lot of beautiful things. Daisies is a nice song. Go Baby. There's a song of Walking Away where a lot of people are speculating
He's speaking about Selena.
the divorce, but I don't think it's the divorce. It's definitely the Selena thing, because obviously if you see on his socials he
happy
seems
with
pretty happy with Hailey, bro. But I think you definitely question, has those two rants with the paparazzis, was it leading up to the album? Was it a marketing
They
strategy?
say it was
The
marketing.
money, and the standing on business. It's
What's
not
that to you?
clocking to you. It's not clocking to you. I don't know but this is what people do in the game, bro. This is what people definitely do in the industry. They obviously have tactics. They work those things into a drop that's
Into a drop that everyone's
on the
paying
way.
attention, yeah.
Because how convenient
everyone's
is
paying
it, bro?
attention. Nah,
How
facts.
convenient is it? Like, and those snippets are in the album. There's like skits of it.
So, gents, we've been. I don't know. Are we done with the weekend news? I want to get into the series that we started.
Liverpool won. Just putting it out there.
of course.
Oh yeah,
Jay's gonna be happy about
the guys are back in preseason.
Yeah.
Great performance from the lads yesterday. Won 3-1 against Preston.
I just want
Local
to say,
preseason ish
Apparently, Chiefs is getting a hiding, bro.
in Netherlands.
Bad
Pirates
dude.
also.
I just want to
Jets
say,
are getting hidings.
Jay has a new stand for his phone.
Stanley.
Looks nice. Only
Come
buy
on
for
now.
him. Don't buy for us.
Nah, I saw this at home, bro.
Say got it from someone. Gents, we started a series 2 weeks ago on just working towards success, right? On working towards success, and we started mentioning some points of what successful people do, right? And I want to get back into that. Well, I want to continue with that series for the month. And so last week we ended on speaking about guarding your energy, and we discussed the whole idea of it's not your energy as it relates to energies and spirits and stuff. It's like just guarding your space and not allowing, negativity in your space and that kind of stuff, right? And so I wanna carry on from point 4 actually, Jay, because I think that's where we ended last week, right? And so point 4 is build and maintain strong relationships. And for me, this is a key one, Clayton, for a matter of the people that you spend time with, the people that you hang around with, the people that you allow in your space, the people that you allow to speak into your life, and also the people that you speak into their lives. Just those relationships and those connections that you have, right? How do you build and maintain those? Clayton, you wanna jump in there, bro?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Am I loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Excuse me, I've been struggling with the chest fall, but yeah,
Must put
I would say,
the bench press.
hey man, bro.
I'm kidding. Yeah, bro.
On the incline, my bro. Eish. But anyway, I would say that is you don't build relationship without spending time with the people. One of the points is your spouse, your children, mentors, and friends. If those people are not around you constantly, you don't get to bond with them. So it is deliberately making time to be with those people. If it's going out, it's having a coffee date, a lunch, or morning, like just a routine where it is seeing these people, constantly having them around you. Like in terms of your mentor, a lot of the time your mentor schedule is full. So he will book you in maybe for an hour or so, or maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And then you spend time, everything that you have questions about, you lay them down for your mentor. Your mentor will just help you iron out those things. Like, okay, maybe a different perspective on things. And when it comes to family, that is spending the time. Like Sunday lunches are the most important. And I think in the beginning of the series, we spoke about just being deliberate about spending time with your family, like around the dinner table, switching off the TV. And with your friends, it's a lot of the time, like now that we're older, it's not going out, but it's, like bonding in different ways. Like if it's a hobby, like for instance, Jay and the gents, they play indoor. That's one of the times where you get to spend like maybe an hour or two with your friends, because you don't always get to see them, because they also where you are, maybe with families or like significant others. I think it's being deliberate in spending time with those people. I think if you don't do that, it might slip quickly. And like a lot of time not spent is a lot of time not spent. So you don't know each other, you don't see each other, you just stop even calling. Like it becomes one of those things. There's a great disconnect, and you don't want that, especially when it comes to family and the friends, especially the friends that you grew up with.
But bro, I like to think. Apologies, bro. You can't. I like to think with gents though, bro. And I know I might be generalizing a little bit, bro. And I'm not gonna speak on behalf of females. There are females in the comment section. You can correct me. Gents have this thing, bro. You can not see the person for like 5 years or even beyond.
Yeah.
And when you see the person, bro,
You catch up from
it's
the
as
last
if-
time you spoke.
But it's as if, we've seen each other all
The
this
whole
time,
time,
bro.
yeah.
It's nothing of like, oh, this gent now, why is he calling me, or this, what's going on, bro? It's like, I guess that also comes if you solidify a
solid relationship.
But
Yeah.
regardless,
But-
even though if someone
Yeah.
from a gent from school days hits me up or something or whatever,
We're
the
gonna
case,
catch up
it's
like
it's
we
quick,
were
quick,
friends
quick,
the whole
quick,
time,
bro.
Yeah.
It's super, super.
It's
quick.
like you go to WhatsApp and look at all of your friend conversations, my bro. It's like it's a whole conversation started, but there's no end to it. One of you forgot to reply, and then you just reply like, "Hey, my bro, I forgot to reply." Are you nah? Then it continues like
Bro,
nothing
it's
happened.
facts, bro. I know females that chat on a daily, like every single day as friends, bro, and just miss a day or
But
Then
then
there's
miss a day or two, bro. It's like, yo,
are you angry at
are
me?
you?
What did I do now?
I
Did
know
I say
we
something?
generalizing a bit apart.
But I think what Clayton is mentioning there with the prioritizing of relationships also, I think you get to a point where you also realize your immediate family is important. I think sometimes we're out on this hustle, we're out on this grind, we're out trying to make money, we out there doing what we think we need to do to, to survive. And then we get to a point where we actually neglect our family. where we neglect people that are close to us, where we neglect loved ones, where we start, having this attitude of like, nah, I'm busy, man, I'm working. And what I'm realizing now, my oldest daughter is now 10, and she's becoming like getting close to that teenage stage where she's becoming like conscious about what she wears, becoming conscious about her hair needs to be done, stuff like that. Then you start realizing, yo, wait, the kids are like, they're getting older now, bro. Like, you need to
Fast, bro.
and
They're
if
growing
you
up.
don't,
Don't say they're getting old.
yeah, and if you didn't invest while they were kids, and if you weren't present while they were kids, it goes quickly. You only have that 10 years, and you think 10 years is a long time. It's not long, bro. It goes very quick. And if you haven't made investments, and if you haven't spent time, and if you haven't, now the child is 16, now they're with the friends, now they're there. Now
they
it's
don't
like,
have time for you.
now you find the child gets up to mischief, or the friend introduces them to something, a substance or something. Then you don't have a foot to stand on. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
No,
you don't have
100%.
like
You lose
you don't have a
influence.
base to say, hey,
You lose influence.
yeah, let me speak to you as a father. And it's like, well, what do you mean you want to speak to me now as a father? Explain you.
It's late.
You are
Yeah.
doing your own thing this whole time. While I was trying to be there, while I was a kid in this, you were never involved.
Those years are
never-
important, bro, because it builds that emotional
Yeah.
connection as well, bro.
You
That
weren't present.
when you do reprimand or try and correct something, there's always that emotional connection that will make the person feel.
like, this is
Yeah,
my
hey,
father,
yeah.
let me
But
listen.
if
If
you
it was
haven't been
disconnected,
around, bro,
then it's hard to come in now and come say, do this, do that, watch for this, watch for that.
It comes back to what Doc always says about the transitional periods of of development, and also the influence that parents have. So if you miss those, then the next sphere of their life, it's difficult for them to navigate because they don't have a mentor in you, like someone that lives with them that can say, nah,
Watch for this.
you're going the wrong way. Let me just steer you or guide you in this way. And like you said, the influence is gone. Like, you don't have that type of influence because they find it somewhere else.
Exactly.
and just to conclude that point, I think the main thing also is outside of immediate family, but also immediate family as well. Build a genuine relationship, because I know a lot of people is bases off of what they can get out of
Yeah.
the relationship, which is okay, but it should be a secondary. It shouldn't be the primary.
Look, I
Fact
believe that value must return to value. I believe that there needs to be value in the relationship on both ends.
Yeah.
I'm at a place now where I have a lot of people in my life that is doing well in their space, in their lives, right? And I got to a point where I'm questioning, hey, hold on, what am I bringing to this relationship? Do you know what I mean? Like, you start also thinking for yourself, like, am I bringing value to this relationship? Am I contributing to this relationship? Am I participating in this relationship? Or is it a situation where I'm just benefiting from this relationship, but I'm not contributing? Because I think to be self-aware in that case also, you start getting to a point where you also ask yourself, hey, what am I bringing to this thing? Because I can't just, every time we go, this guy must pay. Every time we do something, he must fetch me. Every time we do something,
Every time there's calls, you must make a call.
Yeah. You see stuff like that.
No.
So there needs to be
Get stuck.
a
He doesn't want to come help you.
Reciprocation.
reciprocation of the relationship, and it must benefit both parties. I have somebody in my space where I started feeling like, hey, I'm the only person keep on phoning the guy. I'm the only person like trying to keep the relationship alive. Then you also have to start asking yourself the question, do I want to do that? Do I want to keep looking like the guy that keep on like, hey bro, can we chill? Hey bro, where you now? Hey bro, now it's like I'm licking the guy's backside. It's like, if it needs to be reciprocated, then homie must also hit you up sometimes. Like, hey bro, where you? Hey bro, let's go for lunch. Hey bro, let's go have a coffee. Let's chat. I haven't seen you the whole week. What's happening? There needs to be a reciprocation, because you also don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you the only one also trying to make
It's
the
way
thing
too
work.
draining,
It's
bro.
like, yeah, and it's like
Way too
lopsided.
draining, bro.
I don't know if it makes sense to you all, gents, what I'm saying. If you
No,
have
100%,
experienced it, it's like
bro. There's the last thing you want to do is you the one always phoning
initiating.
and checking up on someone, bro. It's like a relationship as well. If you're not bringing
Something
something
at
to
least,
the
yeah.
table, bro, and you just expecting, yo, this person must call me, this person must message me, this person must. At some point, it's like, nah.
Also hit me up now and
Yeah.
then. You can't just be quiet. But I want to go to the next point here, gents. Take care of your physical health. And I think this is something when you're young, you don't think it's important, right? You think, forever young.
4 teaspoons of sugar in high school, Clayton. I know you were on 7, eh?
Nah, my bro.
In high school, I'm speaking high school days.
Yeah, 7.
7 and
That
3
means I
and
drank
3
tea out of a
coffees.
jug, my bro.
And 3 coffees.
12 spoons of sugar.
3 coffees. Even as a youth, my bro, you'll die. Yo, that's a lot. That's overdose on caffeine.
That's heart palpitations.
My bro,
But I'm saying when you're young, you think you're invincible. You think, it's
Nah,
alright.
that's a fact.
You get hurt, you heal quick. You're like,
There is a
yeah.
period though, bro, where it is kind of, especially when it comes to healing. When you're young,
No,
obviously
facts.
the body
Metabolism is
does.
fast.
But
100%.
there's certain things that do catch up with you.
No, that's what
in
I'm
the later
saying.
Stage.
So you're young, you're reckless, you hurt. Because how many people have knee injuries, bro, from when they got hurt back in the day, and then when it gets cold, then the knee's sore, or if they bump it, that injury returns, or if something, you know what I'm saying, bro?
True.
So then it's like, yo, bro, I hurt myself here when I was like 12, and every time I bump this area, it gets sore again.
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize that, and then later when you're like 40 something, now you have to go for a knee operation. Then you're like, yo, this was that time when I was young and then I hurt myself on the knee, and you don't realize that that didn't completely heal, or it left you with something that now needs operation when you're in your older age. But outside of that, it's more so that you become reckless about what you eat. You don't care about the fat that you put in your body as it relates to fast foods and stuff like that. You don't care about what you're putting into your body. And then later on, when you go to the doctor and you go for your checkups, you're in your mid-40s, now you realize, I have cholesterol, I have diabetes, I have this.
But with the eating thing, though, bro, and again, I wish we can get a dietitian on the show soon, bro, just to kind of break down certain things of how we can go about certain things in the grocery list that still adds up to the amount that we would pay for certain foods, bro. Because the last thing you want to do, and I had a conversation, you were part of that conversation with this specific person, and we were speaking about how we can shift certain stuff that we're eating. And this person was saying, no, you can eat cabbage. Eat cabbage on a daily. Like just but I was like, yo, is that practical, Clayton? To just eat cabbage every day now? Like if you have a cabbage sandwich or peanut butter and jam sandwich, which one are you going to eat, bro?
No, but the conversation was in the context of health.
That
So-
sounds like, oh, Beulah land, sweet Beulah land. So much cabbage, it's like a continuous funeral.
Wow, stink. But that was in the conversation of if you had the option to what what like proteins and whatever you're putting into your body. Because your argument to the guy was like, what if you can't afford? Because then you were saying that eating healthy is expensive. Then
And
he
people
said,
say it's a
that's
must."
a must, that's a must. You can eat this. That's how their conversation started. It's like, why don't you rather eat this instead of that? Because you're going to still spend, like let's say bread is $20 and a cabbage is, that's how we got
Yeah.
to that point. And a
You see,
cabbage
you were
is
saying
like
it's
15
like
bucks or
15
whatever.
rand.
But you're getting more calories, or you're getting more proteins out of this than that. That was his argument, bro. That was the convo.
But then I obviously had to combat it like, yo, bro, be realistic. Be realistic in your approach. Everyday people aren't now just eating a half a cabbage and you're just eating the cabbage like that. It's not a thing. That's
but then
that's an
the same
unrealistic
argument is
approach.
everyday people are just eating peanut butter and bread, and then you can then argue the fact that that's unhealthy compared to eating this.
But peanut butter and bread has longevity in terms of you can eat that for the next 2 weeks. There's longevity to that, bro.
That's
But-
I'm gonna
but-
say what Joe says is debatable, because there's people that and this was the argument I was on his side on this part of the argument.
But-
I said your body gets used to eating healthy, so that when you're eating things that are unhealthy, your body like knows like, ish, this doesn't
Okay,
feel
let's
right.
do this. Let's do this as a practical on the show here now. If peanut butter is say 55 rand for a nice tin, bro, and you know this peanut butter is gonna last you again, I'm just throwing a span in the works. I'm all for healthy eating and so forth on, but I'm also a realist. Let's be realistic about the approach. There's people that can't afford certain things. If peanut butter is 55 rand, and this peanut butter you know is gonna last you for the next 2 weeks, depending also on how many people you are in the house, what can you use for that 55 rand to
To feed
to
4 people in the house.
yeah, based on a okay, I can't even use peanut butter because peanut butter has good protein in as well, but for the sake of the conversation.
Bro, I don't know.
What would you use for
you can't-
50?
you can't
What would you
use
what would you buy
eggs,
for
you can't
55
use-
bucks, bro?
You can't use eggs. You can't use peanut butter. You can't use milk because
I'm gonna ask that uncle to come on the show, bro. I'm gonna ask
Ek wil nie cabbage elke dag
No,
eet.
it's not
Ek
just
wil nie-
about cabbage.
wil nie
It's about the
cabbage.
conversation of what's protein, what's this. Maybe even
Let's
Marvin
give
can come on
Marvin,
the show.
yeah. Let's
what
do
contains,
that.
yeah.
And
While
then
we're
we
in the
debate
series,
But
let's-
because guys, for those of you who don't understand what the whole point is, the point is that Jay is explaining that being healthy becomes expensive, right? Because this food is expensive on this. So then the argument went to, so how can you still be healthy on a budget? That was the whole thing. But the point being
And
making
not
is
just
that
for one person. A
For a
lot of the
family.
times there's a family now also, bro. There's a
so,
lot of-
but the point is that you must take care of your physical health. So you must at least jog. You must at least
I wa-
do something.
I was just about to say one way that you can combat all these things, but it is an also realistic approach, is intermittent fasting. So with that, you can do the 16-hour, 8-hour approach, where the 8 hour you're eating something and maybe you stop eating at 8 o'clock in the evening and you only start eating at 12 midday the next day. And in those 8 hours, I've seen a lot of people that is in good physical condition, even by eating anything within that 8 hours.
And then also go jog, go do stuff that keeps your body moving, that keeps your heart rate pumping, that keeps the blood moving through your veins. You have to do things that's going to maintain that momentum. Do you understand what I'm
No,
saying?
100%.
From a point of at least staying physically healthy, because that gives you longevity. It doesn't matter if you're making money, you're on the hustle, you're on the grind. Clayton, you built your empire to have now 30 million in your account, but you overweight, you have diabetes, you have cholesterol issues, your heart is giving you issues, you can't now. You have 30 million in your account, but because you've worked for it rightfully,
Now
so
you,
you've
now you can
earned it.
actually afford a dietitian, a personal trainer.
But the saying goes, you used your health to create wealth, and now you're using your wealth to sort out your health.
Yeah, to fix your health. So that's obviously the argument or the point is that you've neglected your health to generate wealth. Now you have the wealth. Now you have to go to a hospital for this checkup and for that, and now you found out you have this type of cancer. You have this type because of unhealthy eating or whatever caused it. That's basically the conversation there, to say that there needs to be this balance of, even though you're making money here, you must also make sure that you're healthy here. Obviously sometimes people get cancer from, sometimes cancer is one of those things you don't know. A lot of the times how it got there, where it comes from, or they discover something here in your whatever. Those things sometimes are out of your control. But I'm saying for the things that is within your reach, eat healthy to make sure that you're not purposely putting yourself in a position where you're eating fatty things that's going to clog up your arteries, give you high cholesterol, that kind of stuff. You obviously want to be intentional about being healthy. Go to the
No,
next one.
100%. So the next one is, and I think we've touched on this a lot of times in the previous shows, which is manage your finances personally.
So here's the thing, especially when it comes to, maybe we should start getting people onto the show that
With
can
these specific-
help us with these specific things, because there's people who deal with, maybe we get Chad onto the show when we do end up speaking about finances, because he's a chartered accountant, he understands how this world works. And I believe that there's things where you can, there's two things where you call tax avoidance and tax evasion, right? And there's a way where you can really structure your finances in such a way that you don't end up giving half of your money away to tax, where you can structure things within a business, within a trust, within, there's ways to structure your finances so that you use your finances wisely and savings, putting money away for traveling, for that kind of experiences, all those different things. And so I believe that probably, Clayton, maybe let's get somebody in to come. Maybe once a show, we get someone in to actually speak to us about these things. Like if we say, okay, Chad, we get Chad in to speak to us about, or whoever else that understands that space, to speak to us about how does SARS work? How does taxing work? What's the best way to generate wealth if you're working a 9 to 5? What do you suggest for a dope side hustle just to make money on the side while you're working your 9 to 5? What do you suggest? Stuff like that. If I do make extra money, how do I save it? How do I, that kind of thing. And again, but that is looking at your personal wealth. A lot of times I've seen people run successful businesses and leave accountants to run their finances. I know personally of somebody that ended up losing everything just to come find out that accountant wasn't filing the proper things when it comes to SARS, wasn't filling in the proper paperwork. There's people that were stealing behind the scenes that they didn't know about. So those things happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? And again, so it's so important for you to be physically present when it comes to finance.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. I think it would be cool to get someone on the show because again, bro, I'm always just gonna throw the span in the works. You mentioned something that's working in 9 to 5, and there are a lot of people out there that is the case. And,
majority
and
that's the
funds is extremely tight. So to even save $1,000 is steep for a lot of people. So I think it would be fascinating and dope to get someone on just to.
And I'll go to point 7. So for that, we'll get someone. For those of you watching, we'll definitely get someone in for the health one and for the finance one. We'll definitely get someone in to help us understand that world better. If we look at staying curious and asking
Big one.
questions, this is a big one for me.
Yeah,
Clayton, what's your
likewise.
thoughts on staying curious, asking questions?
If you have kids at home, they teach you why curiosity is a good thing. It's because you keep on learning. If you stay curious, you constantly just learning, even if it's small things. If you see a plane flying over and you ask yourself, I wonder how that plane stays up. That's curiosity. So now that prompts you to go out and research. Oh no, it has jet engines and this is how much wattage and how much wind and the lift and this is how the drag works. Now you know something about planes because you were just curious and you answered your curiosity.
By watching a YouTube video that
The
explains it.
problem with curiosity is you can have the questions. If you don't do the research to answer those questions, you'll just stay curious for the rest of your life, meaning you won't accumulate any knowledge about anything. So curiosity is like, okay, this program that I'm mixing on here, who developed it? How does it work? How do I get the stream from here to there? And how does that work? That's how you learn new skills. Curiosity is basically the willfulness of learning a new skill. So like if I want to know how to draw, I'm like, okay, I'm busy with the pen. I want to draw better. I'm curious. How do artists do it? That's my thought.
Techniques and stuff, which is true. And we're living in a nice time, Jay, and you can jump in here, where we have YouTube, where we have internet.
The university
that we
of
didn't
YouTube,
have when we
bro.
were coming up, bro.
The info world.
We had to, if we wanted to know something. I remember a time when I was even in high school, we had to go to the library. Remember there was a library there in Extension 5. You had to go to the library. You had to find an encyclopedia, my friend.
Sure.
And there was encyclopedias that went from A to Z.
In alphabetical order.
Yeah, from A to Z. And then you'd have to figure out like planes. Now you go look for P. Now you go open the P. You go look for PLAN. You see, okay, here's planes.
And the info's limited.
Yeah, and then you open to page there where the planes are. Then you must read there whatever they're telling you about planes. And it's like 2-3 paragraphs just on that topic. That's all. Today, you can go on your phone. Or it's even better
our
now.
beloved friend Chat.
I was just about to say it's even better now. You can just chat GPT and say, hey, how does a plane stay in the air? Planes stay in the air by lift. Lift works like, Okay, how does lift work? Lift works when the air flows over the wing and creates force that pushes it up. It's
Drag,
like
downforce, all
Yeah.
of those things.
100%.
downforce will kill you. He creates uplift.
Downforce is good if you have a Porsche, man.
If you
bro.
have a fast car, yeah, that's to keep you on the ground.
If you have a
And
GT3
I
RS
just-
with the big spoiler there, it's like,
100%. I just want to speak about that chat GPT because I was having a conversation with one of my friends on Tuesday evening and they weren't necessarily against it, but I think a lot of people are still on that tip of like, ish, nah, this seems a bit dodgy or nah, it's not something that I want to find myself in. But I think it's important to keep up with the times as well, especially with ChatGPT. So I basically literally showed them certain things that you can do within a second that would take someone typing this thing out a whole day, an entire day. So I think those things are important. Hey, Clayton, where stay, keep up with the times. Keep
Stay
up with the
curious.
times. Yes, stay curious. Another thing that I like doing as well is I think you gotta be very observant as well. So whenever I'm in meetings and all of that, know what the people are saying. Why did this person say this? Why did that person say that? Oh, that was a nice line that person said. And go back to the drawing board after and basically take that info and allow it to
marinate.
yeah.
You have to marinate.
Allow
That's
it
where
to
you're sitting and, you know, like when you meditate, that's what I mean. Marinate, meditate. So like if you're sitting with an idea, and this idea is like, oh, I like what this person said, and I like it because of, now you sit and meditate and see, okay, how can I apply what they said? Maybe it was like steps to something, or maybe it was like a thought, you know, like one of those philosophy thoughts. Then like, actually, I see why that works. I see why they said that. I see why, you know, the manifesting people manifest and why they do what they do is because as a man thinketh, so is he. It's like, oh, they're using that concept for.
So you know what happened to me? I used to live in New Jersey, right? And when I was living in New Jersey, I was there. The whole setup, how it worked was that I got there. They changed the program on the dates to a week later. But we had already booked the flights for the original week. So I was there a week early. And I've been to New York before. And so I was familiar with New York. I was familiar with how the subways work. I was familiar with how to get around in New York. Because I've been there before. So I'm there a week early. So, but we're living in New Jersey. So I get to New Jersey. I tell the guy, hey, listen, dude. He says, hey, most of the students are only coming next week. So you basically got a week, like, off. You got nothing to do. So I reckon, bruh, I'm familiar with the subways. I know how the trains work. I'm going to just Google quickly where the nearest station is. So I Google the nearest station. It's about less than a kilometer's walk. I take a walk to the station. I find a train. I see there on that kiosk thing with the touch screen. Say New York, boom, type it in, click it, boom, they print me a ticket. You tap there, you in. Make my way to New York. I'm walking around in New York. Here this person comes. Just based on Clayton's topic. This person comes. Hi, sir. This was the beginning of Scientology. Remember Scientology, bruh? This is the beginning of Scientology.
still
And
a
New York
thing, man.
Scientology was a big thing. They say, sir, she gives me this pamphlet. So I'm a born again Christian and I'm like deeply rooted in my Christian beliefs. So I'm not like swayed by anything. I'm not gonna now let this thing sway me. So out of curiosity, I'm walking alone in New York. I have the whole day to myself. I have nothing else to do. I actually don't have a plan. I'm just wandering around at this point. Went to Times Square, walking around. Here this person gives me the pamphlet of Scientology. Anyway, I take this pamphlet. She says to me, listen, there's like, we're doing a presentation now. Do you want to come and see it? Are you interested in? I'm like, you know what? Let me go see what those people believe in, what their setup is. So I go, and we go into this auditorium where there's a screen set up and everything. And they basically explain the concept of faith, right? But they've taken away the biblical aspect of faith and they've implemented it with their own names or whatever they decide to call it. And they show this video of a guy that got hurt, and because somebody said he'll never walk again, how that went into his subconscious. And so when he started recovering, that thing was in his subconscious, so he could never walk again. Then they show the opposite of somebody saying he'll be fine, nothing will. And then that went into his subconscious, and then as his healing process took place, he could walk again. So they're basically saying that the power of basically what Clay just mentioned now, the power of your thoughts, the power of the mind, the power of the. I'm sitting there thinking, bro, this is faith.
But
This is what
it's
Jesus
just
describes
opposite,
as
yeah.
faith. It's like, the things that you feed your mind with, the
Yeah.
things that you believe, the things that you read, the things that you. That's why when it came to COVID in 2020, I was like, guys, if you're going to sit here and watch this negative news the whole day, then you're bombarding your spirit with all this negativity. And then obviously you just. Because have you ever seen that situation where someone coughs, then you someone feel like, oh, is my throat feeling so? Because subconsciously now you're like, yo, people are dying. Yo,
Yeah,
I
they've
can
obviously
feel also something
strangled
here in my
your
throat.
faith bank.
Yeah, you see. So they've bombarded you with all this negativity. So I'm thinking, the Scientology thing isn't basically explaining faith, but they're removing Jesus out of it. And so again, curiosity made me go and check. But now I have an understanding of how their religion works. But I'm like, bro, this is just stealing from Christianity in any case.
Bro, as is with a lot of like religions and so forth on, even with, I've always said an atheist, I think it takes more faith to believe that there isn't a God than to believe that there is.
I agree, bro.
It
I
takes
agree,
a
but
lot
these
more.
people will argue. Let's go to our final point
But
quick,
here,
bro.
convo for another day.
Let's end at point 8 quickly. Reflect and realign. I think that's an important one. I think you must, I don't know, Jens, you want to jump in there? Reflect and realign.
Yeah, bro.
So
That's
it's pretty self-explanatory, but go in.
It is, bro. And hey, the dynamics are a bit hectic with this one, especially with how time is flying, bro. So a lot of the times you get to that point in where you just sit yourself down and just analyze where you at, analyze where you want to be, and as much as you need to put yourself under pressure, which is true, there's certain things where you also have to look back and say, hey, but I did achieve X, Y, and Z. I did do that. And if you don't celebrate those small W's or those small victories, you will always find yourself in panic mode in a situation where it's like, oh, we're approaching the end of the year. What did I do? What did I get done? But that is based on the bigger W's or the bigger goals, where if you look back at this past 6 months, I'm sure the three of us here in the room, as well as the people online, there's a lot that you can be thankful for and grateful for that can propel you into this next season to achieving those bigger goals.
Great thoughts
That's a nice
on
one.
just looking back and realigning.
I think it's very important that you do it daily, especially when it comes to interacting with people. Like Jay was speaking about, like celebrating the small wins, but I think it goes back to like how you feel daily about certain things. So like if you're going through something, just stopping yourself, stopping the overthinking, and pause, and asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Why did I do that? Why didn't I do that? Like rather than coming back and saying, yo, I failed. It's like, okay, I did fail. How can I better myself in this? It's like realigning yourself. It's getting yourself back to yourself. Like sometimes you have an outer body experience because you're now comparing yourself to someone. So now you're feeling an emotion that you shouldn't feel, that, you should actually avoid, because now you're running in someone else's lane rather than focusing on your lane. There's people to your left, people to your right. There's people that you are ahead of, people that's ahead of you. So you always have to constantly bring yourself back and saying, hey, I'm not running their race, I'm running mine. So it's very important to realign yourself, always making sure that, hey, those people are probably not where I am financially. They're doing better than me, but it's because they've been working.
Or they're
always
doing
bringing-
better financially, but
Yes.
your family life is a lot better. Or your relationship
Yeah.
with loved ones is a lot
But
better. which-
even that, but even looking at stuff that way is like, you don't externally look at what people are doing or not doing. It's always just focusing on what you are doing, making sure that if you see mistakes like that example that you made, like, okay, now financially they're doing better, my family is healthier. It's looking at them and like, "Eish, they did this. Let me avoid that." And not looking at, you know. Like,
Comparison.
yeah.
But
Can't you
that's why,
just share, bro? Tell me some wealth and then I'll tell you some
But-
faith
but
for
for me-
healing.
for me
I'll tell you some
personally,
faith for
ne-
healing. You tell me faith
But
for...
you,
For me
that's
personally, I
exactly
must
where we
admit-
find ourselves, where people don't really share. It's like, yo, bro, I found this thing. Yo, this
Nah,
is going to
people
spun
don't
for
share,
you in
bro.
this way and that
People
way and
don't
that way.
share.
Quick,
there's the
quick.
element of jealousy that comes
Like,
into
"Eish,
play.
just
and
now
stuff.
you become better than me in this.
People don't share. There are people who do share. Don't even get it
Yeah.
twisted. But a lot feel like, nah, just now that's always gonna beat me. But as it relates to comparing, ne, because that goes into realigning, making sure that you're still on track. This thing of comparing is a big issue. And I personally decided in my heart and in my life for myself over the past probably 5 years now that I don't want Facebook anymore, right? And I stopped using Facebook a very long time ago for various reasons, including back when it was still Twitter. Firstly, for me, Twitter just came across as a big cesspool. It was a big like gossip spot where you take out people's files, where, oh, did you see this? Did you see? Remember there was a time on Twitter that if something goes wrong, bruh, everyone jumps on Twitter. Remember in South Africa, bruh, something happened to a celebrity or something happened to Black Twitter. Remember that guy, that outsurance guy? Was it the outsurance or Sanlam guy or something? That outsurance guy that him and his girlfriend had some sort of issues. Then on Twitter it was a big thing. And then Twitter just became a cesspool of like gossip and stuff. So then to me, I was like, I'm not interested in Twitter. I'm gonna back down from Twitter. I stopped even looking at Twitter. I don't even have Twitter on my phone anymore. Then Facebook started becoming like that, where it's a constant comparison, a constant, did you see what this one's doing? Did you see where this one is? Did you see where this one? Then I thought to myself, this is toxic. I'm not interested. And the first time I got off Facebook was when I was under attack on Facebook, personally. Then I started feeling like, bro, this is now just becoming like a old toilet situation. You know, it's like,
Bro, and I see now apologies, especially with the Facebook thing. I don't know if you've seen it, Clayton. People are now curating beef just to gain like funds, because
followers
you get a lot of funds off of, obviously, if your views are on Facebook now as well. So now you're curating a thing. This one is going against this one because you know it's gonna garnish clout and so forth on.
Yeah, that's cloud chasing. You know, like you're saying, it's curated. They
so
know
for me,
exactly
that's you can
how
make
to.
mad money off it.
No, they were making a lot
You
of
can
funds.
make
Bro.
mad money off it.
Remember, this is how Jake Paul and them with the boxing. It's exactly that. It's a curated fight. You if you
It's
know
fake.
how to use money.
It's fake beef to generate views and stuff.
Nah, he's better than you now. Beat him.
So if
know,
if you're gonna use it to benefit yourself in that way,
Do it
then I mean,
right.
then you at least catching the W by
Funds is
being
funds.
by being like smart about it. Like, bro, I'm gonna use this beef to make money, but who cares what they say about me? But for my personal kind of growth, I was like, I'm not sure I'm interested in that. Then I left Facebook. Then now I'm only on Instagram, right? And then what we do on YouTube, right? Which
And
is the
TikTok.
show. Now I'm only on Instagram. Now I'm starting to think, you know what? I don't want to look at people's stories.
TikTok is bad also, bro. It's getting...
Now TikTok's also getting bad. But my thing is that I go live on TikTok. I post my
TikTok
thing
was
on
bad
TikTok.
in COVID already.
And I don't care what. And I don't care what people say. There I ride the clout wagon. There it's like, hey, bro, if you have a
On
beef,
TikTok.
it is what. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a beef, it is what it is. I got 500,000 views of this because you people feel some type of way. I know what I mean. I know what I said, and I mean what I said, and I said what I mean, and it is what it is. So for me, that's fine. But for me personally, I had to do this where I curate my own space. Like, I'm not interested in that. I'm not going to look at this. I'm not interested in what this person is doing. I'm at a space now where people come tell me, hey, did you see this person's doing this? Hey, did you see this person's doing that? Hey, did you see these people are doing this? And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not interested. I don't want to care. I'm on my own mission. Back to what Clayton said earlier. It's like, I'm busy with something I'm working on here. If you do you can copy me, you can follow me, you can say it was your concept, you stole mine. I genuinely, there's nothing in me that cares. I'm busy with my own thing here, and I don't care what you do and how you do whatever you do. So for me, there's people that sit on social media the whole day, every day. busy worried about what this one said and what this one posted. And, you know, that thing that I preached about yesterday was like, you going scum. Yeah, did you see they posting this because they're trying to fight me now because they're saying this, talking about me. Bruh,
Like
I
a
don't
post.
care.
I hope my mother sees this.
You know, I genuinely don't care. It's like, bruh. And I think that's what success, because remember we're speaking about what successful people do. Successful people are like, they do like what Clayton was saying. Focus on your own run. Do what you do. Leave the people alone. Stay out of people's business. Unless, like what you saying, you using it to benefit you, bro. It's like, y'all can talk. Y'all are making views for me. I don't care what y'all say. And I mean, you can ride that. You can ride that train if you want to ride that train. But I guess that's the end of the show, gents. Closing thoughts.
The pursuit of happiness. You're on a mission. Remember that. You want to be somewhere. You need to be somewhere. And this is not for people's sake, but for your own sake. Remember, there's a generation that's birthed from you. So the next generation needs to benefit from what you are doing now. So if you're constantly looking at what other people are doing, you're failing that generation one step at a time, one day at a time. So focus on what you are busy with. It might be small. It might feel like, nah, this is trivial. It's menial. It doesn't mean anything. My bro, a lot of seeds take a long time before it yields any fruit. So put that seed in the ground. The fruit, you might not even be the one that harvests it. But make sure that you put the seed in the ground. Water it if you can also. That's my closing remark.
Now, 100%. A lot of times we don't realize that some people are actually building a what's the tree? A sequoia, the sequoia tree, and for some people it's a smaller tree that shoots up immediately, and you think like, yo, what's going on? Why is this person reaping certain harvests way before me, and I've been planting these seeds way longer? Be patient with yourself, and know where you're at. But also have that balance between being patient but not procrastinating. Go and get what you gotta get. There's window periods also. Realize that. I think Mike Todd was preaching about certain window periods where it's like, and he made an example, it's like, yo man, yo uncle, you 70, you can't be speaking about dropping a mixtape. And that's just an example. Not to say that a 70-year-old can't. I mean, DJ Khaled's like, I think 50 or so, but he's still doing what he's doing.
He's
But
gonna drop the retirement tape soon.
facts, bro. But just the essence of the message is
How old is DJ Khaled?
he's probably late 40s,
No, he's still a young one, bro.
heading into 50.
Nah, Khaled is still fine, bro. Still has time on his clock.
Jay-Z still rapping, but he's 50 or
Jay-Z's 50, eh? Jay-Z's 50.
and Jay-Z.
Yeah. But also be patient with yourself. There's a lot of people that make it in the latter stage. Not even know. Let me not use the word latter stage. It's sounding.
In the golden years,
Yeah, bro.
where you
There's a lot-
celebrate, where you just celebrating.
True.
It's like, I'm
True.
taking this dub. I'm taking this.
True. Be patient with yourself and know where you are. But also go get it. Time is moving. Go get it.
Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for participating in the conversation. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Goodbye.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.